Okay, hello and good day to everyone that is currently tuning in here at Phoenix Holdings. Once again, this is going to be your host for today's AMA, CH, and right now we got a very special and handsome guest, as you can see in the video, from the Rare FND team. His name is Ryan. How are you doing today, Ryan?
Hi, I'm very well, thanks. Thanks for having me. How are you?
I'm doing good myself as well. And, guys, it's quite rare that we have someone doxing over video through our AMA. So that definitely leaves a good impression in terms of trust and trust towards the investors. So I appreciate you turning on your video. I know it is quite troublesome for you to use a VPN in Dubai doing the videos and stuff. But yeah, thank you for the trouble of joining us today here at Phoenix Holdings. So, Ryan, I guess to start off officially, can you introduce yourself to us? Maybe give us a little bit of background about yourself in crypto and how did you eventually get to the creation of this project?
Yes, of course. I've spent the last 10, 15 years working in the business analysis, product management, and eventually 5 years in the information security space for large corporate organizations delivering large technology projects. Then lockdown hit, and I got into stocks and shares, day trading, swing trading, stocks and shares full time before making a natural transition across to crypto. I'm very passionate about art, ancient civilizations, antiquities. So last year I started a project about making art and antiquities accessible to everyone in the world. And that's not only through the likes of turning Picassos into NFTs, but also fractionalizing these pieces of high valued art into individual NFTs. So this is not to be confused with tokenization. So we started building a platform for fractionalization, whereby we built an automated fractionalization platform, which allows you to configure each and every individual fraction. So you can fractionalize, we fractionalized a Banksy, and each fraction was proportionate to someone's investment. So the largest investor in our native token had a 15% fraction as an individual NFT, and smaller investors went all the way down to 0.1% fraction as an individual NFT. And all these fractional NFTs are tradable on our NFT marketplace. So we started development of that over a year ago. We moved to Dubai. We incorporated that into Dubai. And it's kind of a niche field to get into, is the art world, and especially high valued pieces of art, which is our target audience. We built some partnerships with some of the largest museums and galleries around the United Arab Emirates. One of those includes the Louvre, Abu Dhabi. And in this process, we've onboarded one of the most influential people in the blockchain space in the form of Dr. Marwin Al-Zuhani. So he's recently joined our advisory board for the rare antiquities. So for those of you who don't know, crypto is regulated here in Dubai, which means to operate in the crypto space, you need to have a company. That company needs to have trading activities, and you can't perform any business activities that fall outside of your trading license activity. Dr. Marwin, he's the guy that CZ had to wine and dine in order for Binance to have a trading license in Dubai, and same with Abu Dhabi. So he's highly influential, and he's on our advisory board. So through Dr. Marwin, we were asked to do a project for the Dubai government in partnership with Binance. we were asked to act immediately. Binance chose our project amongst a couple of others. We were put on the NDA. We were supposed to start the project the next day, and then numerous things happened which delayed it. One of most significant events that happened was, unfortunately, the king of Dubai, the king of the UAE died, which meant a week of mourning, and there's some other delays such as the Eid holidays. Then the new king came in, and fortunately or unfortunately for our project, he funded the remainder of the 1 million meals project, which means that we were no longer needed for this project to raise the remaining of the target required for the 1 billion meals charity, working in conjunction with Binance. However, that then provided us with a new opportunity, and that was an opportunity to provide a new use case and a new utility for our fractionalization platform. So we came up with the RAY FND, RAY Find, Fund, and Fractionalized. So this is a crowdfunding platform for charities and startups to raise capital to hit their target in the form of crowdfunding. We have the technologies already in place. We have our own NFT marketplace, which we'll be utilizing for the platform. We obviously have our own fractionalization technology, which doesn't exist anywhere else in the space. And obviously through our advisory board, we've got some key contacts whereby we can build these corporate partnerships and relationships required for it to truly be a leader in this space where crowdfunding hasn't really broken through in the crypto space. So yeah, that's where we decided to start a new token, releasing it on the Binance launch chain for obvious, the Binance smart chain for obvious reasons, with our Binance partnership there. And here we are today, hoping to start our pre-sale on Gempad on the 18th. And I would guess this is our first AMA for FND.
Well, that is a lot to take into the stories and everything, and that is quite the story, especially with the thing that you got involved with. Did you say like CZ's consultant in terms of like getting into Dubai? I don't know if I heard that correctly.
So Dr. Marwan, he's the head of blockchain in Dubai. So in order for Binance to have a trading license in Dubai, Dr. Marwan is the person who had to give them his approval.
So you got connection to that very person.
Yes, exactly, and he's actually a long-term friend of CZ, aside from the business aspect, and in turn, friends with the head of Binance Charity Foundation, who we're in close contact with. Hence the need to put this project live as fast as possible so we can utilize and make the most of these contacts that we have that we're in discussions with on a day-to-day basis.
All of those will be heavily utilized. So from what I understand, that this was supposed to launch on Binance. This project was supposed to be launching on Binance. Is that correct?
To a degree, not launching on Binance. We were supposed to do a project with the 1 billion meals charity in Dubai in partnership with Binance, whereby for our parent company, the Rare Antiquities token, we were going to host an auction whereby we fractionalize an NFT. So people would donate to the 1 billion meals charity, and then an NFT would be fractionalized, and people would receive an NFT fraction proportionate to their donation. So that was the original project, and that was going to be done with our parent company's token, the Rare Antiquities token. But then after those discussions, it became apparent that the best course of action would be to create a new token. Obviously, Rare Antiquities token is primarily targeting art and antiquities, so it made sense to start a new token utilizing the technology that we built, and that's where we've come up with FND, launching on BSC.
I think that's amazing that, despite the sanctions with the new King of Dubai, that's the time where you got your problems in terms of like the original token launching. Yeah, you still didn't give up yet. You decided to just start from scratch. And now here we are on your very first AMA, this time with Phoenix Holdings. So with that, we are honored to have you first, and you can see our community is quite excited and interested about your project. So I guess to start off, can you give us maybe tell us why the name Rare FND? Was the reason behind it?
Yes, so as I mentioned, I actually started the Rare Antiquities token in about July last year, so that's almost a year old now. And the more, that's currently in a Series A funding round for a few million. But the more and more we speak to investors, venture capital firms, the more and more we found more different utilities that fall outside of the art and antiquities world. Things like gold mines, gold funds, nickel, rare wines. We found all these different use cases where fractionalization can be applied with fractions being distributed as NFTs. And all these can still form under our our previous project, the Rare Antiquities token. However, with crowdfunding, funding for charities, funding for startups, it doesn't really make sense to have the token Rare Antiquities, and also with the ticker RAT, doesn't really make sense for charities and crowdfunding. So that's one of the reasons why we created the new token FND. It still forms under the overall company holdings of the Rare Antiquities token. The other reason is, as I've mentioned, in Dubai, you need a separate trading license for every single trading activity. So we have our marketplace, the Rare Antiquities Token NFT marketplace at ratbits.com. So that has its own trading license for an NFT marketplace in Dubai. And in order to obtain that, we had to remove everything from the marketplace that promoted our native token of the Rare Antiquities token. For us to launch a crowdfunding platform, again, we had to create a new business and register new trading activities for this business. So every single trading activity requires a separate company, basically, and that's how they maintain the regulatory and compliance standards in the UAE for crypto.
I can only imagine the nightmare that you've been through, like starting from scratch, like working on for the Rare Antiquities token, which was your previous project, and now, yeah, you're starting over right now. So from what I understand, this is going to be somehow getting the same concept from the previous project, which, except for the fact that you're doing any charity, so the charity part of stuff is going to be removed from this one.
Yes. So no. So the previous project, the Rare Antiquities token, that is ongoing still.
Okay.
This is a separate use case running alongside the Rare Antiquities token, whereby we are applying the same technology, the same platform that we built, but we're applying it for a different use case of crowdfunding. And we're also utilizing a different advisory board. So for the rare antiquities token, we have professors of art, we have Andy Warhol experts, we have advisors in France and Italy who have connections with museums and galleries. That same advisory board wouldn't suffice for a crowdfunding platform. With FND, it's a completely different target audience. We'll be utilizing mainstream marketing, so we'll be doing a lot of marketing that's applicable to the mainstream, so quite different to the marketing required for your standard crypto token or anything that you see in the crypto space these days. We'll be targeting the mainstream, so we'll be wanting people to move from the likes of GoFundMe, move from Kickstarter, and we'll be wanting them to put their crowdfunding projects on our platform.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So this is a crowdfunding platform, like the same that you usually
Yes.
used to, but this is integrating the power of blockchain into it. Okay, this is really
Yes.
interesting then. Yes. So from the previous project that you got, you're mainly aiming for like the artist consultants, which was hard for you to do marketing on, and this way you're targeting the mainstream audience that you mentioned. So anyone who has an idea on a crowdfunding project can be a client of yours. So
Yes,
with
exactly. So whereby GoFundMe and Kickstarter, they take between 2 and 5% of the amount raised. We'll actually be paying projects to crowdfund on our platform. So we'll be doing
whoa, okay.
an initial 10% start-in to any project crowdfunding on our platform. And then that will entice, obviously, all your projects to move from your mainstream platforms to our Rare Fund platform.
Okay, wait a minute. So you're paying people to be your clients. So how will you
Yes.
get profit from that? Can you tell us your business structure?
Yes. So the way the funds are being raised are in our native token of FND. So when we onboard a project, we'll be putting 10% of their target straight away into their crowdfunding project. And that's in the form of FND. So we have a large reserve put aside for staking. When they hit their target, that amount is then vested, so they can't sell all their FND straight away. For their business model to be accepted on our platform, they have to provide a schedule of spend, and that lays out when they plan to spend the funds raised and how. That needs approval before they're allowed to before the project is allowed to go live on our platform. Then the funds raised are vested as per their spend schedule. So it means if a project is raising $1 million, they won't be able to sell $1 million worth of FND and dump that amount of tokens on the project. That would be vested. And the idea is we start off with maybe a few projects, and over time we keep onboarding more and more projects. So as people's funds are being released as per the vesting schedule, we're still onboarding more projects, whereby more people have to buy FND to contribute to charities or to startups raising funds.
Okay, well, that's an interesting business model. But my question here now is that crowdfunding projects aims to have as many possible investors from like everywhere. But the thing is, you're going to be investing cryptocurrency here, correct? Using the native token.
Yes.
And the thing about it is that a lot less like percentage in the world doesn't even own a crypto wallet and stuff. How can you be open to everyone to be able to fund a project within your platform? Because I'm sure that a lot will be interested to maybe, let's say that someone made an actual good project to be part of your crowdfunding platform. But the thing is, there are some
Hmm.
investors who are not interested to do crypto, have any crypto wallets at all. Is there any way so that they will be able to pay, let's say, in fiat currency without the use of cryptocurrency?
Yes, exactly. So this is the exact same issue we are facing with our project, the Rare Antiquities token. As you can imagine, in the art and antiquities world, there's a large percentage of users who don't know how to use crypto. So we partnered with another company whereby it's a quick solution. It allows fiat payments. In the background, they create a wallet for the user, and that allows them to purchase the tokens required to contribute to the fundraising. So that's our quick solution. We'll then be building our own piece of our own solution that incorporates the exact same. But in order for us to get this live by the time we launch this month, we'll be utilizing a partnership with another provider that provides that solution to accept fiat payments and contribute to the project in FND.
Okay, so like kind of like someone pays are you still looking for this third party that will do the work of like getting money into cryptocurrency to FND tokens to be able to contribute? Or you already
No,
found a
we've
platform? Hmm?
yes, we've already got a platform. Yes, but we'll be building our own so that it's entirely
Cheaper, yeah. It's gonna be handled by
bespoke
you
for
guys.
our platform. Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly. So in terms of the platform itself, so you have those utilities all lined up. So how far into development are you already in?
We'll be ready to. The platform will go live by the time the token goes live by the end of the month.
Wow. So the token launches the same time as utilities. Okay, that's really amazing. I'm glad you're not
Yes,
making any promises like we're going to be launching the token now and we're going to be having the utilities like after 2 months, 3 months. So you're delivering right after you launch the token.
yes, exactly. So we've already built. We already have our own NFT marketplace for the Rare Antiquities token. We already have all the technology in place, which is why we have launched a separate token because we have everything in place. We have the technology, the partnerships. It's just a case of putting a front end putting a front end on everything, agreeing those partnerships in commercial capacity, and simply putting it live.
I mean, the front end interface, it's really important. So, it's going to be, it's like your marketing thing for people who wanted to use your platform. I mean, personally, for me, whenever I go to a website with a utility, it needs to be easy to use. I don't want
Hmm.
to look for stuff all over the place. So that's, I mean, just an opinion from me. Yeah, you better work really hard on that, especially with the technicalities of your project. I mean, this is obviously the first project that I've heard of as a crowdfunding crypto project. So this will definitely be new to the space.
Hmm. And
Okay.
for our front end, you'll see that when it goes live, we've definitely taken some inspiration from Binance Charity Foundation, and there's a big reason for that, which is to
Oh,
be revealed soon.
that is something to look forward to then. Okay, so we got those lined up. So in terms of tokenomics, can you share us a little bit about maybe the buy and sell taxes and how the tokens are currently being distributed?
Yes, so we had a private pre-sale to raise the funds for marketing. As mentioned, we've already got the technology and the platforms in place. So no funds are required for that, but obviously being its own business entity, fundraising was required to fund the marketing side of things. We can't take funds from the parent company or any of the other companies uh, in our business setup in order to fund FND. It's just how things are regulated here in Dubai. So we had a private pre-sale whereby that's been filled by some angel investors, some VCs that we are friendly with here in Dubai, and some of our private group that have been with the company, the holding company for a long time. Those funds are vested. The reschedule is 10% on launch and then 30% monthly. So they don't see the full amount returned until 3.5 months later.
Okay, some vesting. That's good. And this is a private sale, resale. So that's the only thing you got prior to the pre-sale that you're going to be having on Gempad? You don't have any other distributions?
No, so Gempad will be the public pre-sale. So we have 153,000 hard cap in that. We'll be having the whitelist spots going live on Monday the 18th, with the public spots going on the 19th. But our previous IDO for the Rare Antiquities token was also for 150,000, and that sold out in 7 hours. So yeah, we're expecting potentially it might sell out on the Monday to the whitelist spots.
Okay, so wait a minute. $150,000 USDT is going to be the hard cap for your project on Gempad.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And it's all going to be whitelisted. I mean, as much as possible, you want it to be filled by whitelisted people.
Yes, correct. So
okay.
That's that's where we're doing these AMAs with you guys and some of the other big names in the space on the Telegram side of things.
Yeah, that's the best way to get handout whitelist, not just like some random way competitions on Gleam. I think most of those are botted, so it's best to get whitelists from like people who actually ask and participates in the community. At least you know that they're legitimate people who are interested in your project. So
yes, exactly. And as you mentioned, it prevents any bot-in on launch.
yeah. And in terms of Gempad, wait, before that. So in the first pre-sale that you got and the pre-sale that you're going to be having here in Gempad, what would be the difference in tokens? Like how cheaper was it in the previous pre-sales compared to the pre-sale in Gempad?
So the price in our private pre-sale is lower than the pre-sale price, hence the reason for vesting for such a long period. The price on Gempad will be 10% cheaper than the launch price. So another incentive for people to get in the whitelist. We'll be I'm just speaking with Gempad, and obviously I'm KYC'd. I'm here.
Definitely.
For the likes of there's a lot of news articles from the Rare Antiquities where we've done some events here in Dubai. I've been a speaker on stage at various summits and expos here in Dubai quite often.
Oh, really? Do you have any videos of that? Of those kind of marketing that you've done? I think a lot of people would love to see those as well. You can link it on the main chat.
Yeah, definitely. I'll whilst I'm here. So we just had a news article to officially announce our partnership with Dr. Marwan. So I'll just put that in the main chat so people can read a bit more about us. So I've just posted that. So that was in Gulf News. Gulf News is the biggest newspaper in United Arab Emirates. So I was actually on page 4. So it's
oh man, this is really bullish, cool. Man. Yeah, wow. Okay. This is really bullish. So guys, if you're going to look in the main chat right now, if you want more legitimacy coming from this project, you can see the news article that was just posted here by Ryan. So if you have any doubts, you can see him in video right now. You can see the articles that he linked in. So yeah, that's it for research right now. So I wanted to ask as well. So there's going to be 10% cheaper from like pre-sale in Gempad to the launch price. But how about the private pre-sale? How different is the price from private pre-sale to pre-sale?
So the price in private pre-sale was 0.00488. The price on Gempad is 0.00925. The price on launch will be 0.105 roughly.
Oh, okay. First of all, that is like twice the amount, though. Don't you think that it might create some sort of dumps, considering that launch price is more than double from the private
So
pre-sale?
that's the reason for the vesting. That private pre-sale, they only get 10% of their tokens on launch. They don't get they get another 30% a month later. Another month after that, they get another 30%, and they don't get their final 30% until over 3 months after launch.
Okay. And another thing, the investors in the private pre-sale, this is not public. Like these are people that you've chosen. You're not like whoever sends money to this wallet first, you get the private pre-sale, but you handpick all these investors.
Yes, exactly. So these are people that we've built up connections with in Dubai. Potentially friends of Dr. Marwan. Some of the people we're dealing with are the likes of Paul Roy from Galaxy Racer. I don't know if you guys are aware that they invested 26 million in Quint. So we're in further discussions with those guys in terms of the Rare Antiquities token. Yes, some of the guys here, it's the private round was it's a small ticket for those, we have hand chosen or allowed some of those to invest specifically for their contacts in the charity space.
Okay, quite the connection that you got there. So another thing I wanted to ask in Gempad, I think Gempad is one of the things that make Gempad more famous for is the tiers that they got in terms of the project they're launching. So what tier are you currently in Gempad?
So I'm in discussions with them. It looks like we'll be going on the top one, Diamond, I think.
Oh wow, diamond tier. Okay, bullish man. Okay, that's really good. So getting on
Uh,
to diamond tier, but is it in there right now? Like, is it already in the Gempad platform?
Not yet. I'm just in discussions with them. So through our parent company, we partnered with Hacken for the decks that we're launching. We're just finalizing things in terms of the taxes, whether we're going to have 0% tax or a small tax. It's still undecided. I've been debating the pros and cons nonstop for the last 2 weeks. But either way, it will be a low tax. I don't believe in projects having high taxes. I believe they should go through a traditional route of raising funds in order to fund the project rather than raising funds along the way through marketing taxes. Which is why we had things like a seed round or private round rather. So I'm still debating the finalization of our smart contract before we'll have a quick audit through Hacken with our partnership with them. We've also partnered with Lossless, which ensures the safety of people's tokens. So if you were to somehow be taken advantage of in terms of the multiple scams out there, such as phishing, then Lossless safeguard your tokens and they can freeze wallets and return tokens. So that's another advantage and partnership that we're utilizing for FND.
Okay, sounds amazing so far. And as much, do you have anything else you wanted to add to the project? Because I think it's just about time for us to open the community questions. So unless you have anything
Uh,
you want
Yeah, I mean, I normally this is the first time I actually haven't gone through the presentation slides. Being from a corporate background, I'm
to.
very used to a structured presentation with slide
Oh,
deck.
okay. It's
Because
quite free. It's quite freestyle here, you know. Whatever
yeah,
flows in the
yeah,
conversation, but yeah,
no,
it's
no,
quite
yeah,
casual.
that was perfect.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
mean,
I mean,
it's
at
gone
least
very
we don't.
well.
Yeah, definitely. At least we're not looking at a PowerPoint presentation with like 70 plus slides. That is not the best way to keep people interested. But yeah, I think this is a lot more better. So guys, here, the community question round for the AMA is now open. So as always, you know the drill. If you wanted to ask a question, just raise your hand up and you'll be allowed to ask a question. And if you're not able to speak within the VC, just please type in your questions within the main chat. Just a reminder though that questions within the VC will be prioritized. So let's go on with our first question from Simon Pascal. You're allowed to speak. Please ask your question, sir. Simon Pascal, please unmute yourself so you'll be able to ask.
Hello, good evening.
Hey, good evening,
Hi.
man. How are you doing?
I'm good. So,
Okay. Yeah, so good as well. So now you can ask your question.
okay. Well, while chatting on the chat, are you getting me? Are you there? Hello.
I
Hello.
think you're kind of
Hi.
cutting off, Simon. Yeah, we can hear you though. So just try speaking up.
Okay. Okay. Someone told me that this project would be good for investors to invest on. So I posted on the main chat. I know you maybe you have seen my question there. I was asking, please, how do I invest on these projects? Do I have any requirements before I can invest? Please, can you tell me on this? Can you guide me on how to invest, please?
Yes, so the pre-sale will be opening on Gempad on the 18th. To get into the pre-sale, it's best to join our channel, and there'll be multiple opportunities to join the whitelist so that you are able to participate in the pre-sale on Gempad.
Okay, so can you please share a link in which I can use to invest on the main chat?
Okay.
Yes.
Is that the Gempad link from the pre-sale?
Sorry. So we don't have a
Uh-huh.
Gempad link public yet. But if you join our Telegram, then obviously we'll be posting everything that you need in our Telegram. So if you go to Ray FND, then everything will be revealed there shortly.
Okay.
Okay, I'm already on your I'm already in your Telegram group right now, so maybe I'll drop a message there.
Yes, perfect. And yeah, as you can see, we've got multiple, lots of active admins there. And the main man, Pop Smoke, who you saw earlier, will be about 24/7 to answer your questions.
All right. Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your questions, Simon Pascal. And for everyone, if you wanted to have the latest updates of Rare FND, please, I encourage you to join their Telegram group that is pinned in the main chat. So we got another question here. Okay, a familiar face here. Fifi, you're allowed to speak. Hello, Fifi. Okay, I think Phoebe might be having some technical problems with her mic. So I might need to choose a new one. Fifi, going once, twice. Okay, Fifi, you can just talk later. Okay, let's go for another person this time. Seems like Phoebe was not able to speak right now. Okay, Satoshi's grandson, interesting name. Satoshi's grandson, you're allowed to speak. Please ask your question, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I hope you guys can hear me very well.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so like I went through your website because I've heard about this token before. So yeah, so I did some little research on CoinMarketCap. So I realized that you migrated from an old contract to a new contract. So I wanted to ask, is it that you are planning to change to a new blockchain, or is that a new blockchain? Because I can still see that it is still under Ethereum blockchain. And I also wanted to ask about, okay, there was a place I read about, they claimed that the rare antiquities token is the utility token for the blockchain platform Rapid. So most times when I hear utility token, like I see them as something like BNB, using them for gas fees, or Solana or Ethereum, something like that. So I want you to explain. Is it that you guys are planning to change or to a new blockchain? Like you're planning to build a new blockchain network or something like that? Thank you very much.
So FND is not to be confused with the Rare Antiquities token. We started the project as the Rare Antiquities token. That is running separately alongside FND. FND is a new utility, a new company as such, which utilizes the technology that we have from the Rare Antiquities token. The Rare Antiquities token is being migrated to our own DEX, where we have the partnerships with Lossless, Hacken, and we're building in free gas on our DEX on the Ethereum side. That is not to be confused with FND, which is what we're launching on Monday, which is purely the token for our crowdfunding platform, which will be going live this month.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I just wanted to I did spot a question in your chat.
Sure.
So I think it was relating to the team. So I don't know if you can see the slide here at the moment.
Yeah, we can see the slide now. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously our team, you've got me on the far left. So I've already talked about my background. We've got Stuart Patterson. Stuart has worked on a range of crypto projects in the UAE. He's co-founder of a crypto platform called evi.io. They raised, I think it was 7 million sometime last year. He's moved from Evi to Rare Antiquities. Obviously, we've got Jalil, who is an expert in all things related to coding. Is a genius, so he's a solutions architect. In terms of our advisors, obviously we've got Dr. Marwan, who's one of the head of blockchain in Dubai. We've got Sunny as well. So Sunny, although it doesn't mention it here, he's actually the partner of L Bank partnerships. And these are just our advisors for the FND token. So obviously I mentioned we have advisors in the art space, art and antiquities sector. They aren't on this panel. We'll be hoping to add to our advisory board the likes of people who own charities, cancer charities, and some other charities based in Dubai that we'll be announcing soon. And obviously the big one, beginning with B, ends in E.
Okay, you're quite generous then. And another thing I wanted to ask, do you by any chance have any social media links for yourself or the other team members as well, or do you prefer to keep it private for now?
No, so yeah, we've got our social media
LinkedIn?
links.
Yeah.
On yeah, of course, LinkedIn. Everything is on the Rare Antiquities token website, but I don't want to keep mentioning.
Can you link the website? Because I don't think I was able to see the website. I guess you should link it here.
Yes. 1 second. So it's the rat or the rareantiquities.com. Either one works. I'll just pop in rareantiquities.com. So you can go to the team.
Okay, so the website is now in the main chat, guys, and I'm loving how the the website looks now.
So there will be obviously a new page and a new website and platform for rarefnd.com, and that will be ready to go live when the token goes live.
So this has a cool intro, which is like, this is the Rat Finance. Is that it?
Yes, the Rat Finance or rareantiquities.com. Okay. rebranded to recently. We're trying to move away from any sort of meme rat.
Yeah. Yeah, I want it to be as legitimate as possible, not being an animal, but I get it. So I think we can move over to the next question. Unless Fifi wanted to say anything. Fifi, you're still allowed to speak. You can be unmuted anytime you want, but we're still waiting for her. So let's go on to another question here.
Hi guys. No, I'm actually just this is my first AMA with the guys, and I've just been listening in. I was just saying hi because I haven't been here for a while, and I'm very, very excited. I just want to spam Andy Warhol all over the all over the group. I'm refraining, but yeah, it's really epic, and I know that it's going to be quite. There's quite a lot of information to learn, and also, if you're not familiar with some of the artists, learn. But the thing that I'm most impressed by is the amount of interest from outside of this space, and obviously, of late, we've had a lot of. Can I swear? Can I swear?
Sure, you can.
Yeah. I want to go off, okay? We've had a lot of bullshit and really crap, crap projects all over the, not projects, sorry, like crappy people. And there's like real people, real investors, real partners coming. So I'm really excited for the guys. But yeah, I'm just listening in today and I'm going to shut my mouth. And thanks for letting me speak. And CH, I like you on the mic. You're doing good. And thanks, Ryan. That's it. And sorry for swearing.
Of course. It's amazing hearing you again, Fifi. It's been a while since I heard your voice in this space, so I'm glad you're back.
Honestly, I'm going to have a voice especially for swearing. I'm not going to do it on here, but I'm so sick of I had to have a break, and then we're coming back with good projects, and this is actually like a very, very solid project, and so I'm just getting educated on the mic here, and then we can spam Andy Warhol pictures. But yeah, it's good to see you guys.
Yeah, same here. I'm guessing you had enough death threats coming on your way, Fifi, from people.
Do you know what? It's been a while, and it made me think. Maybe I'm not doing so good because you need the death threats. But no, I mean, I think a lot of people had to take a break during the slump, and things are coming back. So I do find people are reading through roadmaps, going on websites, actually checking out the partners and the socials, which I really recommend you doing with this project. And looking forward. So we've got good projects pumping, and I think this is going to be one of them. I think I was actually unmuting myself to say to people to ask questions, but yeah, thanks guys. That's all.
Hey, thanks for jumping on.
Lovely to hear you. Thank you, Fifi. Mm-hmm.
So what you see on the screen at the moment, this is actually a snippet from the demo that we did to Binance. This was for the 1 billion meals project that we were going to do. So this is what started it all around the FND token. So we actually got approved by the head of Charity Binance Foundation. We got approved by the head of partnerships at Binance. And then a week later, we were supposed to have the final discussions with their technical team, whereby it was just the two of them that jumped back on the call to inform us that the new sheik had funded the remaining amount required for the 1 billion meals charity. And we were like, no, but we're also like, yeah, that's cool. But also, no. But everything happens for a reason, and FND has been born as a result of it.
That's a huge, that's 2 billion. Wow. Okay. Well, it's going to be amazing if you're able to do the same with this new token.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we have.
So these are just some slides from our light paper. So if you join our Telegram, then it's in there. So as you can see, there's the closest competitors are the likes of Tallycoin, which is quite poor. There's nothing in the crowdfunding space in terms of crypto really, and the target market is absolutely huge in the crowdfunding space. There are over 1,000 crowdfunding platforms, but not one of them is tailored for crypto. So we'll be the first and the only and the market leader in this space.
Yeah, so that explains why this is the first time I've been into this kind of project, a crowdfunding project. And as I've mentioned earlier, I think the wall that lies between why there are so few of this, other than this is a unique concept, is that you wanted to have to remove the barrier of people who doesn't have cryptocurrency, and I'm glad that you found a solution to bypass that, so anyone can contribute regardless if they have or they know anything about crypto. So yeah, that's really good.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, always we're there to provide solutions for real world problems. So not just using NFTs for random collections. The way I see NFTs are a way to either improve real world processes or provide solutions to fix real world problems. And this is just one of the examples where we're applying the technology that's available to us these days.
Absolutely. And I guess we have time for like one last question before we start wrapping up. Okay, let's pick one last question from the main chat. Let's go with okay, let's go with Alan. Alan 4, you're allowed to speak. Please ask your question.
Hi, hear me, guys. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Well, I just want to know how the economics of your project works. Like, what are the revenue models that your project has in order to be a sustainable ecosystem?
Yes, so the model is entirely around increasing the price of the token. So the more projects that we onboard from the mainstream platforms, the more the price of the token increases. It's a non for us as a company. It's a non-profit organization. Maybe after 1 year, we'll be removing that 10% incentive for projects on board with us, as by that time we hope to be the market leader in the space, and we'll maybe tailor it towards being somewhat of a profit creating model. But certainly for the first year, in terms of company profits, it'll be a non-profit organization. It's built, the whole way that it's built is for increasing the price of the token. So in order to donate to charities, in order to contribute to startups, everything has to be done in the token FND. That FND is then vested, so when targets are hit by charities, by startups, they can't dump on the project. The more and more projects that crowdfund with us, the more and more FND has to be bought to fund those crowdfunds. So the whole model is built around increasing the price of the token rather than generating a profit for the company. That will come further down the line through through advertising or through maybe taking a percent in year 2 or 3. But certainly for the first year, it's not non-profit organization in terms of the company setup.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. But actually,
Thank you
yeah,
for the opportunity.
of course. So I've seen another question here from Dr. Oxygen. How do you choose a particular project to work with at a certain degree or time, and what criteria do you apply to know which people to work with?
So we'll have a standard sign-up process on our website where people submit their projects. If it's a charity, we'll be connecting to APIs whereby the charity has to be a registered charity. If it's a project to fund a company, they would have to provide the company number and trading a license or incorporation certificate. So we won't be, it's being based in Dubai, things are quite regulated, so we won't be risking anything in terms of money laundering or funding projects where they steal people's money. So there'll be adequate due diligence to ensure only legitimate projects are allowed to use our platform.
Yeah, I mean, you need to be top notch in terms of filtering out projects because just the wrong project launching in your platform might be a risk in terms of having your license revoked in Dubai, from as much as I know. So, yeah. And
Yes,
I guess,
exactly.
mhm. And one more question I got in terms of projects launching in your platform. Since you're launching your platform within the same month, do you already have any projects that is about to launch, or are you just going to open up the floor for projects to come in as soon as you open the projects, the platform?
We are just finalizing some commercials around some projects that will be live when the platform goes live. Yeah, we're just hopefully as long as everything goes to plan, we'll be launching with some big names already raising funds on go live.
Okay, sounds really bullish. So a lot of things to look forward in this project. And as much as I wanted to continue more with answering questions from the community, time flies. Unfortunately, it's been an hour now, so I guess it's just about time for us to wrap up this AMA. So with that being said, for the people who are quite late to joining this AMA, can you give us a short summary on what Rare FND is all about and why people should be investing in it in the near future?
Yes, of course. So the crowdfunding market is absolutely huge. It's expected to only increase over the next 5 years. As you can see from the current slide, it's expected to reach 43 billion, and there are approximately 1,000 platforms in your key regions alone. With all these platforms, there's not a single one in the crypto space. Will be the first crowdfunding platform in the crypto space with its own native token for raising funds. Those funds are vested when crowdfunding targets are hit to ensure that the price doesn't drop and that we only ever see an increase in the price as we onboard more and more projects to raise funds for startups or charities. We're already partnering with some big names in the space and expect to add many more over the coming weeks. So yeah, pre-sale open to the whitelist on Monday the 18th.
Okay, so guys, their pre-sale is going to be within this month. You don't have a specific date, right? And it's going to be whitelisted. So if you wanted to have a chance to get whitelist, the best way is to please follow them on their Telegram group. And as Ryan mentioned, this project has by far in the crypto space have no competition. This is the very first project within the crypto space. And of course, they are based in Dubai, and you know how strict they are in rules of Dubai. So legitimacy wise, you can see how legit they are based on the place that they're in. And in terms of their team, it's all available on the website. It's sent here in the main chat as well. And I mean, personally, I am quite interested in this project, and I would definitely look forward to the developments that you got here in Rare FND. So Ryan, it's been amazing having you here at Phoenix Holdings. Thank you so
Thank you
much
very much for having me.
Yeah, it's been an honor to have you here. And again, I will look forward to the developments of your project. And the pre-sale date that you have projected is next week or like the following week or the end of the month?
Yes, Monday. So just in a few days.
Oh, it's quite soon then. So guys, you better try to do your best to get hold on that whitelist since the pre-sale is going to be on Monday. And the launch will be right after like a day?
Yes, so we'll be launching the following week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the
And
last question.
Yes.
Oh, sorry for cutting you off. So 150,000 is the hard cap. What would be the maximum contribution per wallet?
Still finalizing it. It'll most likely be between 1 and 2 BNB.
Okay, sounds really fair. So regardless, so I just hope that, I mean, personally, I think it would be better to get it purely whitelisted to make sure that all the people, the investors will be handpicked and not people who would dump at launch. So yeah, hopefully you'll keep that in your mind as well. So I guess that's it from my side. If you wanted to add anything else to the AMA, please do so, Ryan.
No, that's, I just urge people to join our Telegram, read our light paper that I have on screen at the moment, and learn a bit more about it, and do your own due diligence. I personally, I expect it to do at times, we're launching at 100,000 MCAP. I believe it can hit 10 mil MCAP in no time at all.
That is really low.
especially
100,000. Yeah, for a project as legit as this, starting market cap of 100,000 is really low. So higher chance of like pumping and mooning. So amazing work on that.
Yes, and
Okay, so
any further questions, please just fire away in our Telegram.
exactly, guys. I know that we still have several questions here in the main chat and the VC. Please join them in their Telegram group, and Ryan and the rest of his team will be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So that being said, that's it from me, from us. Once again, we thank you for choosing Phoenix Holdings to host you on your very first AMA, and we look forward to you guys. The people who are listening in, we'll see you again in the next AMA that we're going to be having at Phoenix Holdings. Thank you, guys, and good night.
Right, thank you. Good night.